Hey everyone, welcome back to the Miskatonic. If you remember the last installment, we basically just went through the intro and did a whole lot of talking with different characters. Now we're back and we get to actually explore a little bit, I think. But first, we can talk to all these characters here, I suppose. So let's start with this lady up here who's hanging upside down. Oh, it's Nutty Annie again. Hello, Spooky. How's your feet? Why the fascination with my feet, Annie? Surely the juiciest stuff for cannibals is like the brain or whatever. Oh, no, 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 no. Can't eat brains, my lovey. Eating brains gives you the shiggles. Shiggles? What's the shiggles? Shits and giggles, an English disease. Makes you shiver and laugh uncontrollably. Well, you lose control of your body. Then you die. Had a friend who had it back home. Significantly less hilarious than it sounds. That sucks, man. Yep, and now I'm all inconsolable, and the only way to cheer me up is to give me a bite of your giant bum. Damn it, Annie, you almost had me feeling like you weren't a complete ass. I won't need the complete arse, just half a cheek at most. Okay, that was pretty clever. I'm here all week. Alright, let's talk to these two. Nico Day. You're the new security girl, right? I'm Nico Day, archivist of the Occult Science Building. Feel free to tell me your deepest and darkest. Okay. I left school when I was 9 to become a witch, and quietly hope that schools don't teach people anything important past that. Interesting. And they do, by the way, quite a bit. Oh. Well. Shit. Don't listen to him if you can count and spell. Everything else is optional. Roger Cavendish, Chief Medical Officer. And what does that tell you? You can do more than count and spell, right, Doctor? Well, a few things. Bringing people back from the brink of a terrible Baphometic death. Creating vaccines for supernatural diseases. Have you ever seen a prosthetic tentacle? Don't get him started on his damn prosthetic tentacle. Any more little nuggets of secrecy, Charlotte? Okay, here's a fine one. People think that I cock my hips all the time because it's a Shub-Niggurath witch coven thing, when really it's because I'm secretly proud of my butt. It's a good butt. Rest of me sucks, but it's damn good butt. On behalf of all cannibals, thank you for sharing it with the world. You're welcome. And let's talk to her. Charlotte Lestrange, Roman Fletcher. So I'm subbing a class for one of the astronomy guys, right? And substituting means it's time to watch a documentary in the lecture hall. And everyone's watching this thing, and it's like the closest star to our solar system is about 4.5 light years away, and you thought you felt lonely. And I'm like, why would you assume that? Why assume that about literally every person who watches this thing? I grew up in a coven surrounded by spell-slaying psycho bitches, and I now work in a university. I salivate at the concept of loneliness. Wonder if they say that in nature documentaries too, trying to make weird animals relatable. Heh, yeah. And you thought you sprayed pungent urine at attacking predators. And you thought you had a projectile tongue that was sticky at the end so you could catch cute bugs. And you thought you had a four-headed penis. What the F has a four-headed penis? Echidnas. Maybe girl echidnas are into the whole eldritch horror kink. Guy echidnas gotta step their game up and turn their peens into horrific nightmares. I have no argument for this. Annika Silverstein. Ah, it's the new security. Annika Silverstein, Alien Theology. Caleb Wakenshaw, pun enthusiast. Charlotte Lestrange, badass witch cop. So what happened to the last security guy? Are they on sick retirement adventures? Last I heard, he landed in Aruba, then the rest of him landed in Cancun. Yes, quite tragic. Entire occult science building exploded, leaving only a crater, oddly filled with indentations of the faces of the workers and students who were in there. That was before our time, of course. Since we're alive and whatnot. Huh. But there's like protections from that happening again, right? Oh yeah, they put a sneeze guard in. Exactly. Right. Well. And you. Marina. Did you know, before it was completely abandoned, Innsmouth desperately tried to become a tourism town? Tried to focus on aquatic circuses, gift shops, and freak shows featuring leftover deep ones. I happen to be named Most Attractive Deep One Hybrid every weekly beauty contest. You don't look like a deep one. probably why I kept winning. Okay, so I'm assuming this is our room. Let's go back in here quick. Probably not a good idea to immediately start taking sick naps on my first day on the job. Second day, nap city. True. I can't interact with any of this stuff. So let's go into here. Eldritch Library. Hey, you two. Davis Tilling. All my classes are at 7 a.m. Got any ideas for a book that'll help me wake up in the morning? Simon Longfellow. You'll want internalized zombification in the necrology aisle. All the benefits of being a zombie without the drawbacks of looking like a corpse. Though your intestines will occasionally fall out of your butthole. They must have a book for everything. Though I'd take coffee over scooping intestines back into my butthole. Maybe that's just me. And you. Amelia Lynn, Luciette? I guess. A fun trick of the black magic users of the old days was to write how-to spell books that, simply by reading them, would cast the curse that the reader was trying to learn on the reader themselves. Fiendish but funny, according to them. What happened to your eye holes? How to. Throw ethereal fire directly into somebody's eyes. Luckily, it was just the Cliff Notes version. Okay, so yeah, I can't really interact with anything aside from the doors. I'm assuming this goes back to the staff dormitories. Let's go down this hallway. Ah. Hey, Emily. Do you guys have any books on advanced witchcraft? I want to keep a fresh one here. Hululu. I'll take that as an of course we do, Charlotte. Have you seen the size of this goddamn library? We got books that ain't even been written yet. You. Science of Rain Dancing by Professor Anna Undercarriage. I guess maybe I'll fit in here a little better than I thought. I've been doing science all this time. 1 second. Much like electricity, the human body acts as a conductor of magical energy intrinsic in the air of regions of high concentration. This effect is exacerbated with wet skin, leading to many witch cults dancing naked in the rain in order to conjure spells effectively. Indeed, it seems paranormal encounters seem more frequent when it's raining, or in regions of the world where rain is frequent. The witch cults of Seattle and Scotland are considered incredibly powerful and fearsome, though this is simply due to their geographical advantage. Would they to be taken away from their home deluges, they would be simply as effective as their new weather permits them to be. Ha, sick burn. Hello, Wobbly, what you reading? Nothing, just some stuff about witches. You wouldn't get it. No, probably not. That stuff's too cool and magical for dumb old cannibal like Annie. No place for an ugly old purple blood like poor old dumb old cannibal Annie. Poor dumb Annie. Well, hey, come on, I didn't mean it like that. Hey, next time it rains I can teach you a few tricks. How about it? Get you a pet frog, give it a couple extra eyes, what do you say? That sounds fun, but can I make a suggestion? Sure, I guess. Rather than rain, can we dance around in buffalo sauce? I think I want a little zing when I bite your mum. Damn it, Annie, why don't you go bug someone else? Because you're the only one that finds it funny. There's a difference between laughing at something because it's funny and laughing at something because it's ridiculous. Most folks run away from folks like me. They seem to take threats of being devoured quite seriously. And there's nothing I'd like more than watching you run away, Charlotte. Well, you beat me to it. Yeah, see you around, Annie. Okay, let's go in through here. Cult science entrance. Let's see. Got a lot of people in here. These two. Alicia Belial. So what's with the puppets? Mimi Rusk. We help her talk with unfamiliar people on unfamiliar subjects. One must become more familiar with us in order to become more familiar with her. Spent a little too long in the psychology department, huh? I've heard research and all them dark psychiatrics can rub off on people. You spent a little too long in engineering to not know when someone's pulling your leg. So working and studying in certain buildings has a residual effect. I wonder what effect working in the occult science building has on witches. I hope I don't start taking a chalkboard to my coven's dance rituals No one wants to know the angle of rotation on one of my sick freeballing pirouettes. Hey Lizzie, what you got there? Grilly cheese is the best human invention. Everyone says so. Everyone? Like everyone in the university? Everyone in this dimension. The Migo, the Yithians, the Starspawn, Chthonians when someone makes one for him, the homeworld elder things. Even Yog-Sothoth likes one now and again. Really? Not like the internal combustion engine, not penicillin, the telephone? Light bulbs? Eyeglasses? Great big trains? Microscopes? Nah, we don't need any of that. So humanity, for all its achievements, all the love and loss, all the wars, all the technology and innovation, all the art and culture, everything we've done, and we're considered by the rest of the universe as those guys that make a mean grilled cheese. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to feel about that. Who's this guy? So hey, why do so many people have tentacles coming out of their back? Have you ever faced a baphonecrotic explosion head-on? No, can't say that I have. Neither has anyone else. First rule of baphonecrotic explosions, turn away from the baphonecrotic explosion. Well, I guess the first rule would be don't cause a goddamn baphonecrotic explosion, but people can't seem to help breaking that one. You can probably tell from the lack of extra limbs, but I have no idea what a bapho whatever actually is. It's the process of deliberately caving in an artificial portal through our dimension to stop extra-dimensional entities from getting out. It's a last resort, since usually there are teams of portal divers still inside, but hey, better than the end of the world, huh? I guess. Hey, maybe you guys should try transmutation circles. That's what us witches use when we need to summon creepy stuff, and none of my coven have any weirdo tentacles. All you need is chalk, a little blood, and some candles. And a complete disregard for pants. Yes, we've all been taught the witch method. But the scientific method reduces the element of randomness, increases the size and duration of portals to allow for human entry, and best of all, you get to keep your clothes on. So science is magic plus underwear, huh? Let's go through here. Nothing out there for me. My jurisdiction is right here. Although patrolling the whole university would probably be good for the old leg muscles, get all toughened up in case of sick monster attacks. Can't stand a lean steak myself. Much prefer a pressed ham. Stop trying to make me laugh, Annie. It ain't gonna work. Let's go through here then. Oh, what? A bunch of more people. The Student Corporium. Students are encouraged to practice vivisection during recreational hours using the locally bred horrors, nightmares, pets, or children available. These resources are included in your tuition. Al Cruzrung. So what do you reckon they're doing in there? Ben Carter. Poking and prodding, same as always. Eventually they'll get bored and will be tasked with carting off the husk. Yeah, if you told tiny child Albert that in the future carrying corpses would be considered the easiest part of his day, I think he'd pitch a fit. I'd have thought the part between carrying the body to the corporium and carrying it away would be the easiest part. Though I guess hanging out in this spooky-ass hallway can be a little exhausting too. Oh, Mindy in the morning. Just a small word of advice to the biology department. You can't just stick a dog and a war veteran into a centrifuge and rejigger the mush into a living being. And everyone say hello to the world's very first werewolf. There's clearly a reason I'm not down there with you guys. Aside from, you know, the carnage it would cause. Did you guys hear that? A goddamn werewolf. You guys want to check it out? Chip Connors. We're not done here, Mike. We gotta get the incinerators going before we can knock off. Deacon Boehm. Connors is right. First we burn whatever nightmare the corporium's working on, then we can go gawk at whatever nightmare the biology department's working on. They got their own burners, after all. I always thought you had to get bit by a werewolf to become a werewolf. Then again, why would any werewolf stop at one bite, and not just eat whatever it was biting? Maybe that's why we don't have a zombie plague anymore. Ooh. Oh man, look at this sick, awesome thing. Crazy Eddie. That tough stuff is a colony of cuttleworms, complete with the bloody spinal cord of their human host. They like to lay their eggs in city water pipes, and once consumed, they attach to the spinal columns of their hosts, eventually controlling their every move. Sort of like zombies, except, a lot more screaming and begging for death. Very interesting species. That's a deceptively adorable name for the worst thing ever. I bet the boys a tenner that I could yank the spine out of this poor sod's mouth. Turns out the worms form a rock-solid grip on the host's brain while they're piloting him. Fingers here is going to give him a prod, see if she can't get him to let go of the bugger's melon meat. Ugh. Here we go. Excuse me, I just had a dark thought encouraging that I slit my wrist, take off your trousers, and play your bum like the bloody bongos. Probably better to use spare blood, eh? C'est la vie. Oh, big strong man helping out little lady's sadistic madness. Cute. Student Ethereum. Due to a recent unscheduled experiment by a member of our security team, the Ethereum has become talkative and boisterous. As a result, our most boring students are required to spend recreational time chatting with the Ethereum in an attempt to shut it up. FLM. Essentially, you just need to maintain your resources, spending them all on village and stat upgrades, but village upgrades give passive benefits to both villages, so you need to be careful that you're not helping the other team in their village. Ezekiel's Sterite. See, that's where I went wrong with my first game. After I constructed our breeding pit, the other village gained enough population resource to speed their building and foraging processes. What the shit are they talking about? Nyx Fellheart. So after you're drawn from the encounter deck, if what you draw is a monster, pick from the monster deck, then you can choose to fight or flee. If you fight, compare your player card's ferocity stat with the monsters, and add a d6 to both stats to determine whether you win or lose. If you want to flee, it's the same process with the liquidity stat. Once you've returned to the village board, you can add your successful foraging tokens to the village's stockpile. Whatever team successfully builds their village first wins, or whatever team village runs out of food, materials, or population resources loses. Magnus Carlson. And do I have to go by my in-game name too? Couldn't hurt. You must be talking about some sort of board game. Never played one before. Not many places to put the board when you're off dancing in the woods with nothing but a smile on. And nowhere to keep the pieces. Rena York. What's unique about our planet is that all the plants and animals here share a universal language, or sort of collective consciousness, guiding things like migratory patterns, blooming seasons, what is predator and what is prey, things like that. It also acts as a conduit of the emotions of organic life. A flower is plucked, the garden screams. A cow is slaughtered, the whole herd weeps. Humans seem to have lost this ability over the last 100,000 years, and those few that can hear it go mad with the knowledge of it. Just so you know, the planet is very upset with you humans. Sizzle. Guess I better go apologize to my bagel. Oh man, I hope that ain't true. As a witch cultist of a love goddess, I should probably be spreading the love to everything, not just humans. And I've eaten a whole lot of burgers. Let's go down here. Oh, hello again. How's it going? Can't complain. Jessica Morgan. So you're the one who taught the Ethereum to talk, huh? I guess, but I think you knew already. Hi, I'm... Wait, let me figure it out. Layer of grime over the extremities, so you're aware of the mutagenic atmosphere and have applied a home remedy, so you're local to New England. But no real accompanying stench other than that of dead flowers, so you're often with other people. Mild wobbling at the touch indicates a lack of exercise, but the very dirty boots means you're outside in the rain a lot. Judging by the short black skirt and choker, you're an active worshipper of Shub-Niggurath, the goddess of love and humanity. And combining the grime, wobbliness, smell, and outfit, you must therefore be a member of the Chesuncook Witch Coven. Wow, exactly. Although they were just observations, so what's with the creepy tentacles? This is as close to a handshake as I get. Oh, well. Enchanté. So what's your deal? Oh, I'm Jessica Morgan. I'm the record keeper for experiments performed on the Necronomicon, though I was a detective before my arms got all noodled. How do you keep records if you can't control your arms? With a handshake like that, how do you hold a pen? What do you mean? I have perfect control of my arms. Oh. Well, it was nice meeting you. See you later, Ethereum. Bye, Spooky. And let's go in here. Ooh, more people. Bob's office. Staff are encouraged to only disturb Bob on matters of immediate security or apocalyptic concern. Students are encouraged to go away. Do those wormy things act as your arms? That's pretty groovy. Victoria Redler. Yep, the thing to remember about all these occult shenanigans is that most of these monsters are just really ugly animals, and animals can be trained. Cool, how do you train them? Traditional combination of treats and mild punishment. As a treat, I let them keep my arms. And as a punishment, I headbutted the shit out of them. Now they never leave Mommy's side. Don't even have to command them for the easy stuff. What counts as easy stuff when trained to floating worms to act as replacement arms? Oh, you know, cooking, cleaning, getting changed, all the essentials. You should see me play the trombone. Varlam Nikitovich Mergelian. There are several benefits to having every internal organ replaced by a half-sentient liquid slurry. For example, you wouldn't believe how much of your brain is dedicated to simply maintaining the automatic processes of your body. With the slime, my brain is now free to fully ponder the questions of the universe. Huh, well I gotta admit, you're putting a good spin on this. Still, having to carry a handkerchief around to mop the incorrigible sludge out of my eye sockets is a drawback. Forget hygiene, you're at the Miskatonic. If you're only trailing black slime, you're practically cleaning the place up. Nothing gets an occult scientist down, I guess. Though wouldn't his brain also be replaced by the goo? Lauren Eich. The geography building is probably the least dangerous lessons on campus, but also this is the highest security. Can't have the public figure out where the plateau of Lang is, or worse, Rillier. Why not? You know, some people can't help but get close as they get to the scene of a car crash. Imagine that car crash being a centralized supernatural apocalypse based in the Pacific Ocean. Folks would climb over each other to check that out. Yeah, I guess. I bet it looks pretty radical. So what's with folks changing their names for that board game people are talking about? Manus Emberstar. It's to make the consequences of the game seem more real. A lot of people need an escape from work or their studies, and the game's a good way to do that. You think I could play with you guys when I got some time off or whatever? Depends. What's your in-game name gonna be? Ooh. Good question. Thrust Powerful. Badass Barbarians saving sick wenches or whatever. Nope. Bye. Damn. Really? I guess they take their D&D sessions seriously. Better than everyone else's dumbass names. Whatever. Who'd want to play a game where Thrust Powerful the Badass Barbarian sounds non-canon anyways? Alright, let's go in this room. Bob. Good afternoon, Charlotte. Are you ready for your first assignment? Sure, lay it on me. Excellent. The Miskatonic has small research outposts located all over the world, dedicated to collecting and relaying occult data back to the university via radio. One such outpost is in New Orleans, where you'll be going. Okay, what happened in New Orleans? We're not sure. Our researcher is supposed to relay daily radio messages back to us, but hasn't checked in for several days. Your task is to go to the outpost and knock on the door. If he's there, ask why he hasn't been relaying data. If he's not, return and tell us. That's it? Knock on the door? Exactly. Under no circumstances are you to enter the outpost. Just knock. And leave. Okay. So how do I get there? Johnny LaGrasse. After a few, well, disasters, the government demanded that the Miskatonic's experiments be completely sealed off from the outside world. As a result, every outpost in the country is interconnected by these tunnels. Help stop transporting creatures running off into the wilderness, see? Spooky. So I'm walking to New Orleans? Oh no, of course not. You'll have a driver. Hi. Ah, hey Lizzie. Looks like driving down this spooky-ass tunnel system together. Yes. New Orleans is not too far in straight lines. Should get there lickety-split. Have fun, you two. And remember, don't go into the outposts. Okay, see you later, Johnny. Guess this is the place. Huh, that's weird. The door's open. So? Well, the mission is to knock on the door, see if anyone's in, and then leave. If the door's open, something bad might have happened. Like what? I don't know. It could be anything. Maybe they're out of banana bread. Maybe someone's pregnant and they gone to get a doctor. Maybe Cthulhu occultists have invaded to have a sick hoedown. Maybe they're pregnant with a Cthulhu occultist banana bread baby. We should go check it out. It's supposed to be authorized to go into outposts. Dumb witchers and witches are for knocking on doors, not poking around outposts. Come on, we'll be, showing initiative. They'll be like, wow, Lizzie and Charlotte, you sure saved the day poking around in that outpost. Good thing you did, or all those chupacabras would have got back to home base and ate all of us. I don't think that's what they'll say. Well, I'm going to take a look anyway. Feel free to join me if you want to save the university from chupacabras. Guess it'll be okay if we just look. Fear the goo. New Orleans outpost. Alright, I am going to stop it here for now because, as usual, with this game and other games of this genre, there's only so much I can do before I get tired of reading. But I hope you enjoyed this second installment of the Miskatonic. When we come back, we'll be exploring the New Orleans outpost. And yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.